Hey guys, and happy Thursday. In this video, I wanted to talk about sort of creating your own brand of fitness. So I was actually talking about this with my friend last night, and it really inspired me to sort of share it with you guys as well. So I injured my foot maybe a year ago, and I never took it seriously because it was just like the ball of my joint, and I was like, it's so tiny, it's not even a big deal. So I kept running anyway. I was really focused on getting those miles in and just meeting that weekly goal, and I did not focus on recovery at all. I didn't stretch enough, and cut to now, almost a year later, and it's still a part of my pain. And so I made myself take a few weeks off and then just kind of drastically slow down the amount that I ran so I could actually give my foot some time to recover. I started to realize that it would make other bones in my foot hurt and even sort of affect the way my ankle turned when I walked, and even making me limp sometimes. And it just kind of hit me, if I don't stop and do something about it, it's just going to get worse. And I think what was so hard for me to do that was because I attached my identity to running. And when you attach your identity to something, it can be very empowering because finally, you feel like you know where you belong in the world, and you have your place, and this is your thing, and this is who you are, and finally things make sense. But it's also incredibly crushing whenever life circumstances take that away from you. And it doesn't just apply to fitness, it applies to being a student even. I'm trying to keep my dog from licking his raw spot. It applies to even being a student, people that have been in school forever and then they graduate and they don't know what to do with themselves, or working in a job for so long and then suddenly being laid off. Attaching your identity to anything it's a huge risk. And so because I didn't have running to help me manage stress or make me feel, satisfied or fulfilled with myself, I started eating a lot more. I just sit on the couch and just stare, waste time away on my phone, and just feel miserable. I had this thing and now it's gone and I don't know what to do. And it kind of just hit me that, well, I can still be active, I can still get moving, I just need to find other ways of doing it that don't put so much pressure on my foot. So I started focusing more on yoga every day, and swimming. So I have a pool at my apartment, so I go swimming for 30 minutes and just, it's very unstructured, it's a lot of flailing, but I just try to stay moving as much as I can. And I even do short little workout videos on Nike Training Club, or cardio workouts, just trying to find other things to keep me moving. And I also found that I had to focus a lot more on other areas of my life that impacted my health. And that isn't something I had to do before, because when I was running, I sort of just ran the miles and I expected that to keep me healthy and fix everything else in my life. And without that, I realized I needed to do more and I needed to focus more. So I started being more conscious of what I ate. I started making more smoothies and eating more fruits and vegetables. And before I totally destroyed a bag of chips or went to go get a cheeseburger, I tried to remind myself, remember last time you did this? Made you feel really bad about yourself and you had the shits. So don't do that again. So just trying to see in advance how a food would make me feel before I went crazy on it. And then going through my pantry and cleaning out all the less healthy snacks that I had, the stuff that was mostly carbs and sugar, and either giving it away or just throwing it in the trash. And years ago, I would have thought, wow, what a waste of money. But I sort of realized that if you're eating food that doesn't make you feel good, doesn't fuel your body, doesn't provide you as much nutrition as something else would, then are you really wasting money? Or are you wasting money by buying something that's only going to make you have to invest more in your health later on down the line. And just getting that into my head sort of helped me think, okay, well, no problem throwing this away. Or if I wanted some chips, I'd eat a little bit of it and then I'd throw the rest away. Or I'd get smaller size bags so that I wouldn't be tempted to eat all of it. And yes, it's cheaper to get a bigger bag, but in the grand scheme of things, I consider throwing away foods that are not as nutritious for you or limiting how much you eat an investment in your health, because you're going to have to readjust your body and undo that damage somewhere later down the line, whether that's paying for medication or doing more exercise. But you're throwing your money into a hole by eating foods that are not as healthy for you as other things are. I'm not saying that you should get rid of all junk food, but it's having that mindset has helped me moderate a lot of the junk I already eat. I don't think I could ever get rid of junk food. Like, it's a part. It is a part of me. So I had to focus on other areas of my life, like what I ate, and then finding other forms of exercise to do, and also focusing on the media I consumed. Have you ever spent hours on your phone and then got up and you just felt so tired, like just drained? You're just like, I wasn't even doing anything. I was just playing on my phone. But the fact of the matter is that the media you consume really affects you more than you realize. You're subconsciously comparing yourself to these people and criticizing yourself for not looking like them, not being like them, not traveling like them, all these different things that your mind is doing in the background that we're so busy with other areas of our life we haven't learned to be mindful of, but it's there and it's happening whether we realize it or not. So I had to be mindful of how much time I spent on my phone, the things that I watched on TV, the people that I follow on social media. I figured maybe this person is doing really awesome things and stuff, but I can't help comparing myself to them. And so in that instance, I need to unfollow them. And it's nothing personal. It's just sort of understanding that, like, you need to outsmart your natural tendencies. We like to think that we have a lot of self-control, and I do for sure, but I've proven myself wrong time and time again by keeping snacks in my apartment. So now I do not buy snacks, do not keep them in my apartment, because I know that I would just go in there and eat them all at once. If I want snacks, I buy a small amount of them and I throw the rest away. And I don't let myself get tempted by sales. So that's another thing. And then I also had to make sure that I was getting enough sleep every night. I think the culture that we're in really wants us to be on all the time. So it's like, you gotta work, you gotta do this. You gotta be on, and then your sleep just shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. But recovery is just as important as working, because if you only focus on working, then soon there won't be anything of you left. And I promise you, the work will always be there, but you may not. So it's important to sort of remind ourselves that we need to prioritize our mental health. Nobody else is going to do it. Your bosses or the people that are putting work on you, whatever, they don't care. Some of them do, and that's really awesome, but more often than not, they just need somebody to be there to work. And that's why you have to look out for yourself. They're not doing it to be harmful or anything, but that's kind of the way the world works. People need things to be done, and that's what they're focused on. You have to look out for yourself. So not being able to run sort of triggered me to focus more on other areas of my life that impacted my health and mental well-being. And I also had to keep telling myself that I don't have to run every day to be a runner. I don't need to run a certain amount of miles to validate that. And it's so hard to remember that, because you're sitting there on your couch, not being able to do the thing that you used to be able to do all the time. And you're seeing the highlights of everyone else's fitness journey. And you're just sitting there like, oh my God, they're so awesome. Look at that. Why can't I do that? What's wrong with me? I used to be able to run. I used to be able to do this and that. and I have to run more, I have to get more into cardio, I have to do more of this and that, and just feeling this pressure of needing to be great and needing to go hard every day for you to be valid, for your fitness journey to be real, is so unfair to yourself and unfair to your journey. And I had to remind myself that there are days where I will be able to go hard, and those days are going to be awesome. But so are the days where I'm not able to do as much, or the days where I just decide that I need my body to rest. I realize that I don't have to shove myself into a box. I don't have to be a runner. I don't have to be someone that just does yoga all the time. I don't have to be someone that swims all the time. I don't have to fit in a box. I can sort of create my own brand of fitness. My brand of fitness so far is being conscious of what I eat, making sure I get enough sleep, and doing whatever exercise fits most into my schedule, the time that I have, and what my body is able and willing to do that day. And that's sort of what I've had to learn, is that I don't need to fit in a box, and I don't need to go hard every day. And when you're on social media, you're seeing the highlights of everyone's journey. You don't see the days where they're injured or the days where they struggle to get out of bed to do it. And I don't think most people that share try to go out of their way to make other people feel inferior. Of course not. But I think that we forget to consider these things when we consume the things that we do on social media, that this isn't the whole picture. And we're so hard on ourselves, and we push ourselves so hard, and we criticize ourselves, and we compare ourselves to other people, and it really cripples our potential for growth. And I just found myself doing that so much. And on top of that, it's not only just getting on social media, it sort of triggered me to compare myself, but it also encouraged me to continue focusing on outward appearances, which I found can also really cramp your fitness journey, in the sense that sometimes I find myself subconsciously sucking my tummy in. And I know some people are going to be like, you're so skinny, what are you talking about? Right? Well, if I'm so skinny and I'm still beating myself up about it, then it's a struggle. And I don't like that I do that about myself, because I found that if I'm being so critical of myself and my body, then I'm going to be more likely to criticize other people and their bodies. And that's horrible. It's something that I don't want to do. And that has also sort of encouraged me to be more kind to my body, so that I can help others be more kind to theirs as well. But I found myself subconsciously sucking my gut in, or walking by the mirror and feeling up my body and just kind of checking it. Oh, look, your arm looks flabby. Look at that, just stuff like that. And it's so, I just do it without even thinking. And when I realize that, I'm like, oh my God, that's so horrible. Why do I do that to myself? I just focus on how I look and what my body looks like. And I'm just criticizing it all the time without even realizing it. And the thing that I realize about fitness is that if you feel good on the inside, you'll look good on the outside, because that happiness, that joy, that hard work that you've put in to really focus on your attitude and create that motivation and discipline to get up every day and stay active, all of that goodness just shines through. And it doesn't matter if you're skinny or if you have giant muscles or big abs, because you're content with your brand of fitness. You've established what type of fitness you are and what works best for you and the lifestyle you have and what makes you most happy. And trust me, that shines through and you can see it. So I've had to just remind myself, sometimes I eat a lot and I'll just, pat my stomach or play with my belly, and it's just it's criticizing myself and I don't realize it. So I've also had to sort of just be hey, snap out of it. Focus inwards. Do the things that make you feel good. Focus on do the things that make you feel healthy and make you feel good. Things that, make your body feel more alive. And the things that make my body feel good are staying active, whatever that may be. And also eating healthy, because I don't feel bloated afterwards. I don't have the shits. I don't feel sluggish or tired or am excessively thirsty because of all the salt I just ate. It's about focusing on the things that actually make you feel good. And trust me, that outer stuff, the looking trim, looking fit, or just having a glow, all of that will come naturally. The problem is with what's inside. And you can treat the outward appearance all you want, but without realizing that we need to get back and focus inwards, then I think fighting our appearances and our attitudes, it will be a never-ending battle, because the issue lies on the inside, not on the outside. And feeling good and healthy isn't just about eating well and staying active. It's about the things that you entertain. Are you going to spend all your day gossiping, or are you going to think about who you want to be in the future and how you want to improve your life? Are you going to trash talk this person that you saw today, or maybe take the time to try and see it from their side and then let it go? All these little things, the people that we follow on social media, the stuff that we send, the things that we say, the negative thoughts that we allow to echo in the backs of our minds without being mindful of, because we're too busy distracting ourselves with the internet and with games and with whatever distraction we've got going on. All of those tiny little things impact your health and your well-being, and they are a part of your fitness journey. It's not just about how you look, how many miles you run, how much weight you lift. It is so much more than that. It's everything you do. It's your environment. It's the things you say, the people you're around. All of that matters. And I'm not gonna say that, outward appearances aren't that important either, because it's great, right? When you exercise and you actually see the progress, you're like, wow, I'm losing weight. Oh wow, I can actually see some calf muscle there. My legs look good. It's great to be proud of those things and to celebrate the progress that you made and stuff. But I really just wanted to share all of this as sort of a reminder to, yes, celebrate those things, enjoy those things, but don't let it get to the point where you criticize that as a way to sort of propel yourself forward, because I think that the best growth happens from an inspirational and positive mindset. And sometimes we forget that the work that needs to be done in our bodies really starts on the inside. Anyway, so that's basically what I've been learning recently, since I haven't been running very much and been trying to get back into it, and just sort of learning to incorporate all these other aspects of my life into becoming a healthier version of myself. And it's been really difficult, and there have definitely been a lot of ugly moments and a lot of ugly thoughts about myself and others that I'm not proud of. But I think at the end of the day, if you're willing to be honest about what you need to work on and then go out there and put in the work, that's the only thing that matters. Just being able to get up over and over and over again, because each time you do, you're going to get a little bit better and you'll have a little bit more wisdom. All right, happy Thursday, guys. I hope this helped, and I'm going to post a little summary of everything I sort of said with this video. Bye.